Welcome back. We're going to continue on with the Extreme Rules, and now we're going to talk about the Chicago Street Fight, which is kind of two different parts of the night, but we'll elaborate more on that in a minute. Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper. They start off together, of course, in the ring, and this wasn't really doing it for me at the beginning of it. It was kind of in the same boat that I thought it was going to be. There was a problem in WWE the past couple of years where they took out so many of the hardcore elements that they're basically, like, if you do a street fight or an Extreme Rules match or anything like that, it almost just comes down to shots in the back with a chair and lots of kendo sticks. I don't really give a shit about kendo sticks. They used to be kind of interesting back in the day when they were, like, rare, but now they're so overused.
Mm-hmm.
So, to me, when you brandish a Singapore cane, it's almost like a regular match.
You know what I hate about those things, too? It's because, like, it's a scenario where we can't do anything where anyone will get hurt, but if you get welted up with these, it's all game.
Mm-hmm. And because it's got that real loud clacking sound, it seems like it's, whoa, that's got, like, a sound effect that goes with it, like,
Man, I fucking hate that. Like, I'd hate to take that. There's a match where Cena got handcuffed and beat the piss out with that.
Oh,
I felt so bad for him.
Remember that really lame beating that CM Punk did on Paul Heyman?
Yeah. Where he was, like, all padded and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really like that kind of stuff, so at the beginning of this, it was just, they were avoiding each other, like, Ambrose was, like, throwing Harper outside of the ring, and then Harper would just come back in it and stuff. It was very, very awkward. But then they did something a little odd. They went into a car that you just happened to be able to drive off. If it was Harper's car, then why did he leave the keys in there? There's so many different questions you could ask, but it's wrestling, who gives a shit. So they drive off, and then they just kind of go, well, let's continue on with the pay-per-view. A couple minutes later, well, not a couple minutes, actually, quite a bit later, the two more matches went by, and then they came back into the arena. They finished the match, and it wasn't really too far after that before they finished it. I mean, they didn't do crazy stuff, but I guess the most fun part of the whole thing, they threw a whole bunch of chairs into the ring, and that's what ended up leading to the finish. Dean Ambrose hitting his Dirty Deeds finisher on a chair, and, in a different era, this would be terrible for a hardcore match, but in the watered-down WWE, you can't do anything, and if you start bleeding, the match is going to stop, kind of a thing. I didn't think it was that bad. What do you guys think?
I actually thought this match was really fun. I mean, the beginning was a little slow, but once they started going backstage, it instantly became unique to me. When I looked up at my TV, I was like, oh, snap, they're backstage? They haven't really done anything like this in a long time. And then they did the thing with the car where they drove off. I was like, oh, this is so awesome. Like, I almost got flashbacks to the backlot brawl between Goldust and Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
And it was, I think like an hour and a half, almost halfway through the show they came back. And I think you're underestimating the way that they came back. This was right after the tag team match. Spoiler, New Day was back there celebrating their tag team title victory with a promo. And then just as they were like getting towards the end of their promo, all of a sudden the camera pans over to a loud noise and the SUV just plows through a bunch of equipment and garbage cans and stuff that were there. It's freaking hilarious. And then the guys battle their way back to the ring. I thought it was an incredible hardcore match for this period. Even back in like the heyday of garbage wrestling, I think that these guys were an advanced level of performer where they brought that to this match. I mean, Luke Harper is still a big guy that can move like most big guys cannot, and I constantly sing his praises. I think he's going to be an unexpected star in this next generation. Everybody already knows how awesome Dean Ambrose is. And a performance from these guys that I totally expected.
You know who I can see Luke Harper being sort of... A lot of people say that he's like a Mick Foley. He's not a Mick Foley.
No.
I think he equates more to like Kane's position.
Sure, yeah.
Like, he's going to be that guy that's around for a long time. He's big, he's strong, he's somebody that you can kind of bill as like a monster for a while. Like, and he's kind of goofy a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So he could probably transition and be a weird babyface. Like that awkward, uncomfortable, I don't know if he's actually good at being a babyface type of babyface.
Yeah.
So I can see that. And Ambrose is Ambrose. He's awesome. What do you think about this, Sean? Were you a fan of the Chicago street fight?
Nope.
All right.
I thought...
We'll jump in, not Jeff Farmer here.
I thought the break was a bit unnecessary. Like, I understand why they did it, to like build up anticipation and whatnot. Of course, we got to see Dean Ambrose do his elbow from the top of the SUV onto New Day. Those poor bastards.
Yeah, he's got to do his elbow. It's like his favorite thing in the world to do.
He uses his elbow more than he uses his dirty D's, doesn't he? And, the chair spot was alright when Dean Ambrose got buried underneath all those chairs. I thought that was pretty cool. But other than that, I thought this was very meh.
Well, you go, Drew.
It was good. Oh, you go.
Nah, I don't want to.
Oh, well, I'll go then. Okay. It was good. Wasn't great, but it was good. I really have nothing to complain about. Wait, actually, I do have one thing to complain about. Fucking kendo sticks are so goddamn annoying nowadays. Same with chair spots. And hey, the two guys, they dress for the occasion, so props to them for, actually following the rules of a Chicago street fight and actually showing up wearing what you're supposed to wear. So, yeah, I thought it was a good match for the most part. Nothing too bad about it. And, kind of like jumping off of what you guys said about the Luke Harper thing, I think you could have used him instead of Eric Rowan as a babyface because Eric Rowan's is awful. So, yeah. Other than that, I thought it was a good match.
No, third day. Third day. Way go.
I thought this match was a lot of fun. It was kind of a throwback to some of those Attitude Era matches where they used to go backstage and do crazy things. I love that they just decided to start another match because they'd driven off, and then they came back and finished it. Overall, it was just a lot of fun. I'm glad with the result, and I'm glad how it played out.
You know what I'm glad? I'm glad Dean Ambrose didn't take a sawzall to the head.
I'm pretty sure that he is too.
I'm glad Dean Ambrose didn't fucking do something stupid that caused him to lose the match. Like, I don't know. TV
yeah,
bust.
he's fucking finally won a match. Took him long enough, right?
Well, it's because he's on Team Payton now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's Tony's
He's
fault.
finally got him off fucking Tony's tykes. Now he's with winners.
Watch out, Seth Rollins. Concussion's coming. I swear to God, if he gets a fucking concussion, I'm totally doing that next time around.
What would be funny is if he gets a concussion because someone does a curb stomp to him.
or
he wrestles Jack Swagger.
Oh man. So some differing opinions here. That's good to hear. Of course, same as the other segments. Tell us what you thought below. We're going to continue on here. The Kiss Me Arse match. All right. That's coming up.